we're going to grab a pineapple and dice it up. But I'm going to show you how to do this efficiently. I'm going to show you how to do spears. This is how I would tackle a cantaloupe, honeydew melon, or a pineapple, or a watermelon. Is the same procedure. You're going to cut off the top, you're going to cut off the bottom. So you're just cutting off the top just into the flesh, okay? And you can keep that for like decoration on a platter or something, or put in your compost. And then you're going to turn it and you're going to cut off the bottom part too. Hold it steady because obviously it's round, it can move on you. So hold it nice and firm. And you cut off the bottom. Now it can sit nice and flat on your board. What we're gonna do is we're gonna work all the way around it, cutting off the skin. Don't cut off too much. You can always go back and you can cut off the little prickly bits, but all we're gonna do is take it. Now it can sit nice and flat like this. Take it and take your sharp knife, and with a sawing motion, so you're not putting a lot of pressure because it's gonna be a little bit firm, saw all the way down, just cutting off the skin. And when you get down to the bottom, you may have to tip your knife a little bit to get all the way to the end. Sometimes people are okay with these little bits, sometimes they're not, but I would just keep continuing to do that, sawing motion again, so you're not putting a lot of pressure, and you can always go back and trim out the excess bit that you don't like, if that's the case. The main thing is not to cut off too much flesh, because if you cut off too much flesh, then for sure it's gone. You can't put it back on. You can't like tape it back on there with Scotch tape or something, right? So just go through, cut off as little as you can, and you can always go back and do some trimming, so you're not wasting a lot of flesh for the pineapple. And then, if these little bits, maybe you missed some at the bottom, right? Just take your knife and just trim off some of the little bits that you don't like. Some people are more concerned about that than others, so whatever category you fall into is totally fine. Nobody should judge you about your pineapple eating preferences. And once you're done doing that, I'm going to show you how to turn this into spears, and then we'll show you how to dice this pineapple. And you'll see the core. We're going to teach you how to get the core out. Don't buy one of those pineapple cores, right? Or you put it in, pull it out. You're wasting your money. Well, unless you want to keep it whole for a certain reason, and you just want that hole down the center, then obviously you're going to need that. What I want you to do is find the center, put your knife in the center of it, and cut. Not forcing. We're sawing. Do the sawing motion. There's less force, less chance of you slipping. And then you're going to put the two halves on the board like that. And then we're going to make one cut on each of the halves of pineapple. And again, lengthwise of that pineapple, right through the center of that core. So we have quarters of pineapple as soon as I make this cut. And have your quarters of pineapple. And then whichever hand, whether you're right-handed, left-handed, it doesn't matter. The side, the flat side where you can see the core, put the core side towards your knife, and you're going to make a 45-degree cut to cut out that core. And look what happens. This sits nice and flat now on the board. Versus before, if you had the core, look, it's like wobbly. You can't, whoa. So again, 45-degree angle. Cut out the core, let it sit flat on the board. Take the next one, 45-degree angle, cut out the core. And they have all four pieces with no core now. We even eat the core at home. I don't know if you guys do. It's a little bit fibrous for most applications, but just to snack on it, so tasty. So then you have your 4 quarters of pineapple cored now, and you're going to make one more cut on each one to create spears. So all you do again, lengthwise, cut each one in half, and now you have the perfect pineapple spear, and you'll have 8 spears per pineapple that you can now put on the grill. Anything you want to do with these spears, okay? I'm going to teach you how to bring these spears into small dice. Here's what we're going to do. So here's that spear. Remember we took off the core? On that bottom part is thin. You can see it pointing there, right? We're just going to make one cut to give us a strip. Then we're going to cut the remaining part in half to give us 2 more slices. And you can see the size difference. Look at that. The width of them. This one here, that you just cut off the bottom, all I want you to do is just dice it. And you're going to get these pieces that are just slightly bigger than a 1/4 inch. With your next slice in, I just want you to cut that in half, lengthwise, and then dice that one, or those 2 rather. And then with the last slice, look how wide it is. It's wider than the other one. So you're going to make 2 cuts to make 3 strips, and then line those up, and guess what? Dice them up. And you're going to have these nice chunks of pineapple. Very, very simple. We broke down that whole pineapple into spears, and then we're taking the spears and we're dicing it. Pretty simple, right? Once you know how to tackle it, how to skin it, how to turn it to spears, how to take those spears and dice it up in a very efficient and safe manner, it just goes so fast. And I'll save these for the barbecue.